it out, right? And I remember I told y'all that Jesus never told his disciples God's name, and he never let his disciples see his God. Remember every time he said, I'm finna go pray, I'm finna go talk to God, he used to walk off and go back there on his own, right? And this is why in the Bible, it's a conversation between Jesus and his disciples. When they asked him, they said, man, hey, who is this God you always talking about? They're like, man, show us this motherfucker. We want to see this motherfucker too. This is why Jesus said, when you see me, you see my God. Like, that's all you gotta worry about. You don't gotta go there seeing God. When you see me, you see my God, motherfucker. But I'm saying he told me to say this shit. That's what that whole conversation was about. So if you can go back in the Bible and read the conversation in this proper context, you would understand that Jesus never let them see his God, and he never told them the name of his God. And they questioned him about it. Like, damn, man, who is this motherfucking God you keep talking about, man? What the fuck is you talking about? Like, show us this nigga. And Jesus like, man, when you see me, you see my motherfucking God. You know what I'm saying? Like, then he gave him a parable after that. You see what I'm saying? But that was, and then he went one day and said he was going to talk to his God, going to pray or whatever, right? And he went back there. And this say in the Bible that the disciples went to go look and see what Jesus was doing, and that they said they saw him talking to Elijah and Moses. And then Jesus came back, boom. And then this one Jesus was telling them about Judas was going to betray him. This one he was telling them that he had to go to Jerusalem. Remember he told me that, yeah, I got to go to Jerusalem and shit or something. He was like, then he told him about Judas gonna betray him. He's like, yeah, because this was the Last Supper or something, wherever they was doing. And then he was like, yeah, one of you motherfuckers sitting at this table gonna betray me, nigga. I know what your bitch ass up to, nigga. You know, that's because Elijah and Moses just told him. Once you gotta put this, you gotta read the whole story, and then you gotta put it together because they chopped it up and mixed it up. And, you know what I'm saying? But once you read it and then look at it, don't go off no preaching, nothing. Just read the story and don't look at like what's being said. Because they always telling y'all, Jesus said this. He said, fuck what's being said. Look at the story. Look at what's going on here. And then you can understand what's being said once you look at the whole story. Story of Jesus' disciples asked him, like, man, who the fuck is this God you keep talking about? Where this nigga at? You know what I'm saying? We ain't saying none of that shit. And Jesus was like, man, when you see me, you see my God. When you hear me talking, man, I'm telling y'all what God told me to say. Then he told him, like, later on when he was finna get killed after he talked to Elijah and Moses, because they went and looked. They said they went and looked to see who the fuck what he was doing. Talking he going to pray and shit. Man, he was back there talking to two niggas, you know what I'm saying? And then they said that Elijah and Moses. Then he came back and was telling them all that shit. Then he told them about Judas. Because they the ones who told me, yeah, they was telling me that we gonna fake your death, and then we gonna let the motherfuckers think you dead, and we gonna send you to go hide out for a minute till the shit calm down. It's hot around this bitch. Like, go hide out, nigga. You know what I'm saying? That's what was going on in that story. Then then when you look at what Jesus said to them, out of almost you gotta look at what Jesus was telling them when he came back from talking to Elijah and Moses. He told him about Judas, and he told him, yeah, I gotta go to Jerusalem. Cause that's what they told him. Like he's like, I gotta go to motherfucker to Jerusalem and shit, you know. So this is the last supper. This is the last time I'm gonna see you, nigga. You know what I'm saying? I gotta go down here and shit. Cause then he was telling me I even got to be crucified. I can't remember the exact word, but he's like, yeah, I gotta go down there so that prophecy could be fulfilled. Man, I gotta go down here and get crucified by these niggas. You know what I'm saying? Then when he started talking that shit about dying and being crucified and going to Jerusalem. When he talked to Elijah and Moses. That's why I keep telling y'all, fuck going to church, man. Stop going to that bitch ass church. Stop listening to that whole ass preacher, man. Just read that shit for yourself, man. Because they telling us lies that the devil gave them to teach. Y'all remember they went to Satan's schools. They went to the Jehovah school. They went to the Yahweh school. They went to the motherfucker all them motherfucking religious ass schools, right? So, and this is what they learning, what the devil is giving them to learn. You know, they ain't smart enough to say, let me read this shit for my motherfucking self and see what the story's saying, my motherfucker self. They just going off what they tell them. And see, somebody can influence you by telling you something, right? And then pointing out certain things that's being said and done to support what they telling you, right? You don't read the whole story. You just read this little line that they told you to read, this little something what somebody said that they told you to listen to. You don't look at the whole story. But when you look at the whole story, you see that the shit that's going on in the story is different from what they saying in that bitch ass Christian school and the whole ass church. You know what I'm saying? All that religious shit. All that shit. You see what I'm saying? But they was all had already told Jesus about how they was finna lay down and play the fakest death and get him up out there because motherfuckers was wanting to kill him anyway. You know what I'm saying? And they talking about Judas. That's what the main reason why they did it. They like, dude, this nigga Judas just sold you out for 30,000 and so they finna come get your ass, nigga. But what we gonna do? You go to Jerusalem. We already gonna lay it down to where it look like we got you and we crucified you and you dead. Then we gonna go and let you go hide out, nigga. For fake your death, nigga. Jesus was the first nigga who faked his death. You know what I'm saying? First nigga who went and got this motherfucking identity change on the run from them bitches. Jesus on the run from them hoes. He went in no motherfucking heaven. Jesus went on the run from them bitches. You know what I'm saying? That's what Jesus was a real gangster. Y'all like some old religious praying that shit, man. Jesus, none of them motherfucking disciples was gangsters, nigga. You gotta remember when they rolled up in that motherfucking one place, shit, like, nigga, there was something to eat up in this bitch. They sitting down eating, they was like, man, how come your disciples, them niggas don't even wash their hands? Jesus like, man, fuck washing your hands. Bitch, it ain't what's on the outside, it's what come out your bitch ass mouth that make you unclean. Not what you putting in it, bitch. Get your bitch ass out of there. Type like, yeah, bitch, bring us some motherfucking burgers, some fries. You see what I'm saying? That's what's going on in the Bible. Real gangster hood street niggas like, man, fuck that whole shit y'all talking about, bitch. We representing this guy's shit and this political shit, bitch. We finna around this motherfucker. That's what Jesus' whole motherfucking story was about. Real street niggas taking over that shit, nigga. He wasn't talking about and faking they death and going on the run from you hoes. You gotta remember Moses killed the nigga and went on the run on the hoes. And then that's when God told him, nigga, go free the rest of them niggas. And that's when he went back and told Pharaoh, man, let my motherfucking people go, nigga. You see what I'm saying? Moses on the run, nigga, from the police and shit. Like, nigga, I'm out this bitch. Nigga, he just killed the nigga. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. Y'all supposed to be with this gangster shit, man, not that motherfucker no religious shit, nigga. Straight up, humble.